Wait a second, is that Zulu in 1478 in an Ironman game? We've actually been playing since 1461 as Zulu. And guess what? We have the Zulu government reform, which means we also have militarization and even better national ideas than Prussia. Plus, if we get 10,000 likes, we'll do Zoroastrian Zulu, which gets an extra 10% discipline. Oh, and what? We got 13 ducats from gold as well? And we already adopted Renaissance. And this save is available to everybody on my Discord. So in order to play as the nation of Zulu in the 1400s, first thing we need to do is start as mutapa. So we're gonna do a standard estate for mutapa, summon the diet, go for whichever agenda best suits us. Oh my god, this actually is giving us claims on Sofala. So we actually need to attack Sofala in order to do the Zulu strat. And we literally just got the claim. That saved me like a good 5-6 months. Oh my god, that is literally the best RNG right there. And obviously, second thing we're gonna do is give out the +1 mana privileges. For the third one, we only have 7%, so we cannot give it out just yet. But we're gonna give out the rest of them, such as the patronage of the arts, supremacy over the crown, and we're also gonna be seizing crownland, so we don't have the autonomy debuff. Well, we have 0.10. That's more than acceptable. Once we get 1 stability, we're gonna give out the -25 advisor cost reduction privileges also. Till that point, let's get our rivals in Kilwa as well as Maravi, and let's also get a morale of armies general, as well as let's go ahead and recruit the Free Company and the province of Bukhara and set up our diplomat in Kilwa themselves. We also start with Butua as our only vassal at the start. We can start improving relations with them. It's not really a big deal. We're not gonna have them as a vassal for too long anyway, since we will be switching over to Zulu. Let's make our starting leader, which is a general, take charge of this army, and we're gonna make sure that they merge up, since we have to attack the nation of Sofala in just 1 month. You should be able to afford all 3 of the advisors because you have quite a lot of money from the gold mines that you start off with. Mutapa actually starts with 2 gold mines, and you can get 2 more gold mines from Sofala and 1 from your vassal whenever you integrate them. We can also choose our cult. I recommend going for discipline as your first starting cult. Make sure you set Butua so that they attach to your main army, and let's declare our war against Sofala. We're gonna absolutely crush these boys. Let's rush for this capital city here. A fairly easy Stacken Vapenicum right here. And we got Unlock Cult of Islam, which is pretty good too. We're gonna also try and siege down the other province so they don't continue recruiting stuff. Kilwa has 8,000 soldiers, so we should be a-okay killing off their army. If you have the Origins DLC, you're also gonna get the mission tree that Mutapa has, and it's actually quite an interesting and pretty fun mission tree. For example, whenever you build stuff in provinces, you actually get development after you do the Faith of Zimbabwe. You just need to wait for the Regression of Zimbabwe to trigger for that one to start launching. It's actually quite cute how they're trying to relieve the siege over in Sofala, but can't really let you do that, Kilwa. Just gonna have to push you back home to your Kilwan lands, boy. And I believe that was the entirety of their army. Yes, it was. That means we can just carpet siege them now. And I believe we can also fully annex them after this. Oh my dear lord, that's gonna be a juicy. I'm a little bit confused. Where is their army? Is it hiding on the island of Zanzibar? Or where? Yep, it's hiding on the island. Did they recruit more troops? They did not. If they were smart, they would actually attack me now, because I would lose that battle. I just hope that they're not smart and they're not going to attack me. And now it's too late to attack me, Kilwa. I have enough troops, and if you cross on over here, you get the debuff. So screw you, man. You stuck over there, eh? Oh no, we got the Regression of Zimbabwe. Well, that means we got to do this mission here, and we got to get 1 stability for that. So let's boost it up. Let's also lower the war exhaustion, and we can do now this noise that gave us claims on everything around here apparently. And we got to get rid of abandoned ruins, which is making this a lot more expensive than it should be to upgrade the city of Kami. And to get rid of that, we have to have 20 development in Zimbabwe, as well as a temple and a marketplace and 2 stability. So we'll work on that whilst we're actually switching on over to the nation of Zulu. And Kilwa has been destroyed. Can I fully annex? I cannot fully annex them. If I keep the province of Zanzibar, I would be able to take everything I want. Coalition would literally just be Zimbabwe themselves, or better yet, Kilwa themselves. I'm okay with that. I'm actually super okay with that. Let's go with this. Now we can go back home, and that means we can start converting these provinces adjacent to Sofala to the culture of Nguni. So the way that we're actually planning to switch to Zulu is we're going gonna switch most of our country to this culture, which is the primary culture in the nation of Zulu, and we're gonna try and spawn in Zulu separatists so they get the cores, and then we play as the nation after we've actually gotten the cores. Until that point, we're gonna exploit development so it's actually cheaper to convert these provinces to Ngumi, and we managed to get feudalism from the provinces we took from Kilwa, so we don't need to pay extra mana points for adopting new technologies now. This is gonna take a lot of waiting, to be honest, so I'm just gonna attack nations around me, and I'll just kill off everybody here in this particular area while I'm waiting. I might as well, I'm not doing anything anyway, so let's go ahead and attack these guys first, take all of their lands. We can also give the Land of Commerce +1 Diplo points now, since we actually got some more crownlands from taking the Kilwan lands. Looks like we can catch Tumbuka's armies over in Tete, and they're out of the game. Booyah schnackadoo. I cannot really take land directly from Tumbuka, so I'm just gonna vassalize them, cancel rivalry to get some extra prestige as well, and Dariago. These guys, in the meanwhile, it's gonna be a full annexatio, obviously. So one more for the war machine. Now we can encourage divination. Hey, you know what? We can also give out these strong duchies for the extra diplo relation slots and liberty, desire, and subject. We don't really need this, to be honest. It's just like one of those might as well moments. It's not even 5 years, so we cannot even seize crownlands yet, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attack Maravi next. Let's set the province of Kalonga as the main target, and let's go with this war as well. A great battle will take place in the province of Quelimimana, and the winner of this battle shall be the next American top model. It's gonna be the next American top model. That's what's happening here. That's what we're fighting for here, boys. Alright, I forgot we're also at war with Kazembe, so let's go and siege down their lands also. Alright, if we take out their army, we should be able to go for a white peace. I really don't want anything more than a white peace from them. It looks as if they do agree to the white peace. Yes. Oh, actually, they even gonna give me some money? Hell yeah, boys. We got some money from this war. Okie dokie, skaraboki. Maravi unconditionally surrendered to Mutapa. Wow, that gives them 1,000 on the positive. I never knew that. Interesting. Alright, Kilwa's gonna be in the coalition like anybody actually cares. Hey, apparently we can also do the iron and cloth mission that offers us a conquistador. What? We're getting a conquistador? Bro, that is cool. 5 fire, actually. Not bad either. Alright, so it's been a few years. We've actually managed to convert quite a few of our provinces to the Zulu culture of Nguni. Now, once you manage to convert Masapa, and this happens after you've converted Manika, because you can only start converting provinces to a culture that you have an adjacent province with that culture. So now that we've done that, we're going to go to Butua, Grand Province of Masapa. However, it is extremely important before you grant that province that you go to the state of Butua and you unstate it, so that means that this is going to be a territorial core. So grant Masapa, and as you can see, they have a territorial core, not a full core. It is extremely important that you follow this, guys. Afterwards, go ahead back to Butua, seize lands, Masapa, and we have no core. There you go, no core of ours, and this is going to spawn in Zulu separatists. As you can see, it says Zulu separatists will spawn. It will take a little bit of time before they spawn, but they will definitely spawn. So make sure that you do this with a couple of adjacent provinces. That's going to make it a little bit easier and a little bit faster. You cannot do this with any of the provinces in your capital state. That means any of these 4 provinces, because you cannot unstate these provinces. However, you have 2 options here. Either you change your capital and then you can unstate and give these lands as territorial cores to Butua and seize back after. All the provinces in the lower Zambezi state have also been changed to Nguni, so we're going to repeat the same process here. Make them territorial cores, give them off to Butua, Grand Province, and one more Grand Province, and then we're going to take these provinces back from Butua. It's going to increase their disloyalty, but nobody cares. You can always just placate them a little bit to make them loyal again, and by seizing these provinces, we again get Zulu separatists everywhere, which is what we really want, because look at this now, 40%. So in 2 years, we're actually gonna have Zulu separatist trigger, but we're not gonna wait for that long. Once this reaches 50%, we're actually gonna spawn them in manually, which is gonna give them even more units. Oh wow, actually this jumped to 70%. Let's provoke the Zulu rebels. So we got 12,000 Zulu boyos. Every single Nguni province that they will take, they will give out a Zulu core there. So there you go, boys. We have Zulu core in San Sena, and we're gonna have, of course, in all of our starting provinces, as they are all now Nguni provinces. All we gotta do is wait for these guys to actually siege down all of the provinces that are Nguni. I've been using up my spare mana points to just develop the provinces that are gonna become Zulu provinces. So Zimbabwe, for example, 17 development already. This also means we can do a few missions here, such as Conquest Sofala, as well as the other one, Legend of OP here, which means we got more lands explored. Now we know what's happening all the way up to Constantinople, apparently, which is the capital of the Ottoman Empire. F in the chat, please, for Byzantium, obviously. We're gonna kill off the Zulu right now, and we're gonna unsiege all the provinces that they actually took. And I have two options now. I could wait for the Zulu separatists to spawn in again, and I can change the capital from Zimbabwe to another province, and then they will be able to siege down these 4 provinces, and I'd be getting cores on these. Or I can do it the hard way and the more interesting way, and I can release myself as Zulu right now. I'm also gonna do a little bit of a charity work, and I'm gonna send 750 ducats here, basically everything I have, to the nation of Yas. I'm curious if that's gonna help them in any way. I hope so. Gonna delete my armies, obviously, and I'm gonna give my vassal of Tumbuktu a lot of land. Gonna give them all of these parts here. Basically gonna make a massive Tumbuktu. That's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to me. Gonna also break the vassalization of Butua, so they're no longer a vassal of mine. I will release Sofa first, and I'm gonna give them a lot of land also. Basically, Sofala is the new Kilwa here. Enforced religion, making them a little bit disloyal, and it also means that they're not Sunni, so they actually will start converting their provinces to fetishes. In order to make Tumbuktu disloyal, just gonna enable and disable Skudich 1,000 times. This is enough. You don't need to enforce religion. And now I'm gonna release and play as the nation of Zulu myself. Make sure you click on play as the released subject, send, and now boyos, we are playing as Zulu in 1461. And look at this, guys. We have the Zulu Tribe, which offers the same thing as the Prussian government, essentially. We have militarization mechanics like the Prussians, and even better than that, look at our national ideas. We got land force limit 25, army tradition, discipline, stability cost modifier, manpower recovery, infantry combat ability and shock damage, core creation, morale of armies, governing capacity plus 10%, and vassalization acceptance, which is actually pretty good as well. And it's an Ironman compatible game, guys. So if you want to get this save, all you got to do is join my Discord. I'm going to make this available to everyone, as I think it's awesome that you can actually play as this nation from the 1460s. Technically, you can only get to play as these guys 200 years later via events once you actually take these provinces. The reason for that is because this nation actually is really overpowered. But now we're going to do a proper playthrough as them. So let's embrace feudalism first. Let's also continue with our reforms here. Let's go with the national manpower. We're going to go for the deity of discipline, and let's do our estates also now. All the +1 mana privilege per month. Governing capacity privileges also might as well get them now, since we start with 100% crownlands. Don't forget about supremacy over the chiefdom. Summon the diet. Go for whichever agenda best you. And now the problem is we only have 1,000 manpower, and we have no money. 50 ducats is really not that much. We're gonna get some money next month. We have to wait for 1 month before we can sell the titles. Right now we're actually selling for 0 ducats, but 1 month passes, and there you go. Now it's 57 ducats in exchange, so we can recruit the free company. Seize crownlands if you want to, and we are making quite a little bit of money. We have the gold mine in Masapa, so let's not forget about that. Lower the autonomy in our lands as well, because we do start with a little bit of autonomy here. And we are a vassal of Mutapa, but both us and everybody else here is extremely disloyal. So once the truce is over with the Mutapa, I can ally my vassals and kill off my former overlord in the nation that I started off as. The reason I also liberated Butua, but I didn't liberate the other nation to the north, is because I will be able to eat up Butua. They're likely not going to get any alliances by the time that my truce is over and I'm going to be independent. Whilst the nation in the north, I prefer to have one bigger nation to fight and 5 smaller ones. They're not going to get super strong regardless, and it's going to be easy for me to kill them off once I have the gold mine in Zimbabwe, which is quite strong. Gonna recruit the free company also. I can afford it, so it's not a big deal. Oh dude, that's so cute. They actually have 3 zebras sitting around the trade center here. Alright, it's time to get ready for the war, so let's actually recruit 3 more units here. We're going a little bit over our land force limit, but it's fine. Once the war starts and we're an independent country, we're not going to be over our land force limit anymore. And the truce is over with Mutapa. That means we can ally both of their vassals, which are really disloyal, but I'm only going to ally Timbuktu because I want to take some lands from Sofala also. I'm going to take the south parts. Whatever the case, I'm going to set up my diplomatic feedback, so if they're nice, they're going to give me whatever provinces here I take in the independence war. They're not nice, well, then they're not going to give me the stuff. I just realized I forgot to fire the conquistador that Mutapa had before I switched over to Zulu, but it's not a big deal. We'll still be okay, hopefully. Let's go ahead and attack Sofala. Maybe we can even stack wipe them if we're a little bit lucky and we get some good rolls. We can definitely go ahead and get the Tech 4 for Diplo, so we are slightly more technologically advanced than Mutapa. Just a little bit, let's say. Just a little bit. Alright, that was a stack wipe actually, and we got the Cult of Islam at the same time because of it. Let's try and siege some of Sofala's provinces before our beloved ally does siege them. Oh, actually they are passing this on to us because we set the diplomatic feedback and said that we want this. Oh, you're so kind, dude. Thank you so much, Tumbuka. I love you guys. I mean, I'm still gonna destroy you, but I love you for now. This independence war is actually going pretty easy for now. They're mainly running away from me, and I suspect they're gonna try and siege Tumbuku land. And we can get Miltech 4, which means we got a little bit more morale than they have now. I believe we're gonna catch them up here, and we're gonna completely wipe them out. Or at least we're gonna make them run, and then we're gonna wipe them out after that. Or the natives are gonna wipe them out wherever they retreat to. Alright, that's fair, I guess. I'm actually gonna have to kill off the Kilwin separatists because I need to take these lands for myself. So, we basically won the war. Problem is that I cannot take all the lands that Sofala has, which means that I'm gonna have to fight Sofala again in 15 years when the truce finishes with them. That's a good amount of time though, because until that point, I'm gonna finish off everybody else in the starting region. So that means my former ally that I'm just gonna disband my alliance with right now, bye-bye, yo. In 5 years, I'm gonna fight you guys. Until that point, I'm gonna be fighting Butua, obviously. Look how beautiful our mighty Zulu is in 1468, man. The fact that Sofala was the vassal of Mutapa, and I fully annexed Mutapa, Sofala becomes my vassal now. Alright, so our truce is over with Timbuktu. We're gonna attack them. They allied Butua, and this is actually the reason why we did not... Oh god, did I just forget to co-belligerate them? I forgot to co-belligerate Butua. Anyway, so, yeah, I didn't attack Butua because then I would have taken double the war score cost to take Butunka lands, and they already have 72%, so it was smarter just waiting until the truce with these guys finished, and then I can annex both of these countries in the same war. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty pissed about the fact that I forgot to co-belligerate this nation. The mighty city of Tumbuku has fallen. Let's chase down the rebel scum, I guess, at this point. Man, I do hate this about the AI. Every single time they run around like the Benny Hill show, man. I wish they would just sit still so I can wipe them out so I can finish off the war. Please stay there. Oh, they're staying still. They're not going anywhere. Oh god. Oh, I just realized I'm only attacking with 4,000 units and I'm going over a river. So I got a -1 debuff. That's why they were sitting still. But still, I won that. That was a little bit lucky. So maybe wipe them, please. Yes, sir. No more Butuans, y'all. After a few years of war, Butua is no more, and the mighty nation of Tumbuku is also no more. So we've basically reverted back to the lands that we had 20 years ago as Mutapa. But hey, we didn't exist as Zulu 20 years ago, so this is a pretty great progress, man. Remember, we started as a 4-province minor nation as a vassal of Mutapa. I could invest my mana points in getting the technologies, but instead I'm gonna actually try and spawn in the Renaissance in Zimbabwe. It's gonna be a little bit of extra gold here. We're not going with the standard 15, but it's worth it because this is gonna give us way more gold than we would ever expect it to give out. One more dev click and there you go. Renaissance has spawned. Means we can also adopt the Renaissance now, and we are the same level as all the other Europeans since we've adopted the Renaissance. Obviously, the next step's gonna be to raid Sofala, kill off all of the Madagascar lands since we're already getting claims on here. But I'm gonna tell you guys one of the biggest secrets of this game. So the government reform that Zulu has is essentially about the same as the Prussian government, since you get the monarch military skill, war exhaustion, unrest, and you also get the militarization. But there's something even better about this government reform than the Prussian one. Even if you change your religion, you can still keep it as long as you don't form another nation and you stay as Zulu. So that means that we can convert to Zoroastrian and get the other 10% discipline from the Zoroastrian monument, and that essentially also means that we get 10% more discipline than Prussia ever can get. That is correct. Zulu is the nation that can get the highest amount of discipline in the entirety of the game right now. Remember that you also have 5% discipline from your own national ideas, same as Prussia does. So if you guys want me to do a second part for this, where we go Zoroastrian Zulu and we have an amazing run, don't forget to leave a like. 10,000 likes and we'll do the second part for this. And check out this awesome Brandenburg run until the next time. And I want to give a very big thank you to all of my channel members, Patreon members, as well as my Twitch supporters. I really wouldn't be able to do this without all of your support.